Tartu is simultaneously young and one of the oldest cities, not only in Estonia, but also in the Baltic states. In Tartu, you will find exciting places, buildings, and monuments from different times. Today, the so recognizable and yet unrecognizable spirit of Tartu floats here. In 1951, a fountain was built in front of the town hall, which became a famous meeting place. After its renovation in 1998, it was adorned with a sculpture called Kissing Students. Townhall Square was built in the Middle Ages. The building that we see now was completed in the 1780s and is already the third in the same place. In the past, there was a prison and a way house on the first floor, and on the upper floors, there was the city council. Today, you will see the city council and city government as well as the information center operating in the city hall. The Leaning House was built in 1793 near the medieval city. People call it the Pisa Tower of Tartu. The reason why the house is tilting is because the riverside of the building rests on the old city wall and the other on a base made of pylons. The building is currently housing the Art Museum of Tartu. The Rüütli Street is called the Main Street and the Great Street, which refers to its central role. Today, there are plenty of pubs and cafes, and the main nightlife of the city is concentrated on this street. In 1753, the wooden Uspensky Church was erected in the place of the ruins of the two old churches. And in 1775, it burned down in the Great Fire of the city. In 1783, a new stone church was built. The layout of the church was initially in the form of a Greek cross. This is St. John's Cathedral, which has the richest adornment of terracotta in medieval Europe. The St. John's Church was initially made of wood. The church has been located here probably since the first half of the 13th century. Some of the oldest parts of this church date back to the 14th century. The construction of the cathedral began in the 13th century. At the end of the Middle Ages, it was one of the most significant sacred buildings in the old Livonia. During the Reformation and in the Livonian War, the church was destroyed. The fire of 1624 finished up the destruction. The main building of the University of Tartu was inaugurated in 1809. Since then, all major events and celebrations of university life have been celebrated in the University Assembly Hall. The Assembly Hall is also used for concerts and conferences, thanks to its very good acoustics and spaciousness. The Tartu University is the biggest and the most prestigious university of Estonia. Behind me is the Pirogov Square, which is a traditional hangout place for university students. Beside me is the sculpture of the Father and Son, which you can find in Rüütli Street here. It symbolizes the difference between different generations, wherein children are continuously outgrowing their parents. It was opened in June 1st, 2004, on my birthday. I am now in Barclay Square. Finally, I found the park. We have a song in Upsa. It goes like this. A nightingale sang in Barclay Square. Kind of like that. I'm now in front of Cafe Wilde, and you will see the name in there. It says there Oscar Wilde and Eduard Wilde. Kind of almost the same. So it says here that the sculpture in front of this cafe is a fun speculation about the literary history. It features the Irish writer Oscar Wilde, and who was born in Ireland, and the Estonian writer Eduard Wilde, both of whom belong to the same generation, sitting on a bench together with me. This is the Tartu Market Building, which was completed in December 1937, and this bronze pig was added in 2008 to commemorate its 70th anniversary. The pig is a symbol of wealth and trade. After visiting 4 sites, we got tired and hungry, so time to eat. We are now near the river. The staff was really friendly, explained everything to us because the menu was written in Estonian. The bridge Kaarsild is a pedestrian bridge built from 1957 to 1959. Until its completion, a long riverboat carried people across the river in the 1950s. The Angel's Bridge was completed in 1838. Its name was apparently derived from the name English Bridge. The Devil's Bridge was built on the occasion of the 300-year anniversary of the Romanov dynasty of the Russian Tsars in 1913 and devoted to the memory of Emperor Alexander I. Johan Skytte was the initiator of the idea of establishing the University of Tartu and was also its first chancellor. What you see behind me is the Powder Cellar. Now it is a beer restaurant, and they have a Guinness World Record of having the highest ceiling, which is 11 meters high. Last night we had our dinner there. We are now at the Estonian National Museum. It's a very interesting museum because it is made of steel and glass. It has been constructed on an old runway. Stay in this place, that house will literally turn your world upside down. Dizzy, but very interesting place to visit if you are here in Tartu.